fun. You know, it's terrible because we have such a good time here, and then all of a sudden we do open it up to the world. So we are here, and I am just in awe because when I grow up, I'm going to look like this young lady right beside me. Valerie Swift Bird. I love that.
Oh, well, thank you, Pink
And
Lady.
how did we get that beautiful name? And plus, 1 second, guess where she's from, Doug?
I would guess she's from somewhere in New England. How about that?
Boston.
Yes.
And that's where we're from.
Oh, yes.
So
Well,
what part of Boston?
Well, Cambridge, Arlington, then
Okay.
Cambridge, and then I moved to
We're
New York.
from Melrose, Massachusetts.
Yes.
We're
Melrose
3
was
miles
very-
on the other side of
It's all
Charles
the same
River.
hood. That's
Yes.
where my aunt lived. So
Really?
No, I picked up on your accent right away. I knew it, you know.
I
because-
love it. I love it. You came out here, and then you were on Broadway, though.
Yeah,
first,
well,
so-
I did chorus line. So in Boston, I worked with a jazz dance company. I started that in high school, and that's when we got all these great gigs. We worked with Aretha Franklin, with the Pointer Sisters. We worked with all kinds of Bill Withers, and we opened for a lot of shows that were, I don't remember, a summer thing in Boston. We did all the summer things, Symphony Hall, and then we went in
To Broadway.
We went to my first Broadway show was with this dance company. We danced in a tribute to Duke Ellington, which was conducted by his son Mercer Ellington at the Roseland Ballroom.
Wow.
And that's what set my hair
You
on
also
fire.
did chorus line.
Yes, I did. Then I moved to New York and I did a lot of things. And then I did chorus line. I did it was a national tour projection,
Right.
so I did that, and then I came back to New York. And then once you've done that in New York, you're kind of on the roster.
Right.
So when things
West
come up,
Side Story.
Yes, I did. Well, I did West Side Story for a year in Europe.
Okay.
I played Anita and Anybody's. I split the role.
Wow,
so I
that's
played
fabulous.
the hot Puerto Rican, and then I played the little scrappy, tomboy.
And then
so it was a lot of costume
right,
changes.
I mean, that's a juxtaposition
Yeah.
of roles over here. And then you also came out to California.
Yes.
And you were in a soap. What soap
Oh,
was
well,
that?
yes. Well, the soap I was in was The Guiding Light.
Okay.
Yeah. The Guiding Light. I actually did that in New York.
And what
then
part did you play?
I played Anna Marie the French maid.
Woo,
So
yes.
with Martha Hackett. I don't know if you know the actress Martha Hackett, but she
think
was.
I do.
I was her maid, and so I came out to L.A. With it was an invite with NBC. They had a management program, and they were developing people. So I came out, and I didn't know how to drive. I had to learn to drive.
Yes, out here you do.
In Jersey City. I got my license the day before I moved here, and I moved out here. And then I did a lot of plays and some films and television. And then I went on a blind date and met my husband.
I love it.
I know.
Now, wait a minute. And how did you get to Vegas?
Oh, well, Vegas.
You were at the Sands, I think.
Yes, I was at, well, that's New York. So
Okay.
I worked all the time in New York. So it was, it was one show, then come back, then audition, one show, come back and audition. And yes, I worked at the Sands Hotel. I headlined in a show called Top Secret, which was, designed for their
Right.
room.
I'm going to show everybody a little bit of you being a comedy star. Can we go to that shot right now?
Yeah, Sister Moon. What I always really wanted to be was a secretary. Mainly because I like to doodle on my father's desk pad. Over and over and over and over again, I would write my secretary name, Marianne Desmond.
You know what? You are not just a pretty face, right, everyone? You're going to hear Valerie Swift Bird in just a minute. We'll be right back.
At one time or another, every family is faced with mobility issues for a loved one. Call Before You Fall is here for you with all the safety and mobility solutions your family needs. Come see Alex in the Call Before You Fall showroom, or if you can't, they'll come to you in one of their fully stocked service vans. So put your mind at ease today. Call Alex at 1-800-829-1491. Remember, be on the safe side.
I love it. We're back. We're back. I think I said this before, but in my next life,
Oh, my
Val,
God.
in my next life, I want to come back as a singer
Oh.
and a dancer
Oh.
and a comedian. I don't think that's asking the High Lord, too much, right?
Aw.
I am going to be so happy to give you to my wonderful audience out there.
Aw.
They are going to love you. Valerie Swift Bird.
Thank you so
Take it
much,
away.
Pink Lady. You are something else. This next tune is a Duke Ellington tune. And the thing about Duke Ellington is apparently everyone loved him. He was just one of those guys. And I love him too. Love you madly, right or wrong, sounds like the lyric of a song. And if it's so, I thought you ought to know, I love you madly. Better fish are in the sea, is not the theory for me. And that's for sure, just like I said before, I love you madly. If you could see the happy you and me, I dream about so proudly. You know, the breath of spring that makes me sing my love song so loudly. Good things come to those who wait, so just relax and wait for fate to let me see the day you say to me, I love you madly. When I was 18 years old, I was in a dance company, and we got a gig going to New York to dance with the Duke Ellington Band, headed by his son, Mercer Ellington. It was a tribute to Duke Ellington, and it was at the Roseland Ballroom on Broadway, and it was packed with who's who I had no idea who was anybody. But it was so exciting, so filled with electricity, and so filled with love. Because Mr. Duke Ellington was a lover. Love you madly, right or wrong, sounds like the lyric of a song. And if it's so, I thought you ought to know, I love you madly. Better fish are in the sea, is not the theory for me. And that's for sure, just like I said before, I love you madly. If you could see the happy you and me, I dream about so proudly. You know, the breath of spring that makes me sing my love song so loudly. Good things come to those who wait, so just relax and wait for fate to let me see the day you say to me, I love you madly. I love you madly. I love you madly. Oh, I really do. Thank you.
We need one more.
Okay. I think I can do that. This is a song written about a very, very famous and wonderful Brazilian singer. Her name is Astrud Gilberto, and it was written for her by her best friend, also an incredible singer, Basha. Nobody knows where she came from. The tall and tanned and young and lovely girl with a voice as light as air. Nobody knows, but no one cares, 'cause everybody loves her when she sings. She'll make you dream a fairy tale. With a certain smile, she can make you feel so nice. Saying gently goodbye, sadness, still she'll break your heart. Listen to her once, you'll feel lucky she was there. One note summer will never be the same. Never be the same. Where is she now, the lovely girl with the softest voice you ever heard, asking, fly me to the moon? I know I'll find her in the sun, Copacabana meditating. Her lonely heart is nothing new. With a certain smile, she can make you feel so nice. Saying gently goodbye, sadness, still she'll break your heart. Listen to her once, you'll feel lucky she was there. One note samba will never be the same. Never be the same. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da. Where is she now, the lovely girl with the softest voice you ever heard, asking, fly me to the moon? I know I'll find her in the sun, Copacabana meditating. Her lonely heart is nothing new. With a certain smile, she can make you feel so nice. Saying gently goodbye, sadness, still she'll break your heart. Listen to her once, you feel lucky she was there. One note samba will never be the same. Never be the same. Ba-da-da, fairy tale. Ba-da-da, fly me to the moon. Fly me, fly me, fly me to the moon. Fairy tale to the moon. Fly me to the moon.
We always tell you, my partner and I, we always say we have the best of the best on our Pink Lady Presents.
thank
Now
you.
tell everyone, where are you going to be in the next few months?
Yes, in the next few months, I have a jazz concert that I'm doing with Julie Kelly. It's called Jazz Mania. And then I have a gig at the Artisan Wine and Cheese Jazz Bar, and that is going to be all my show, and it's going to be sort of a tryout for my new show that I'm going to be writing and doing at the Gardenia Room.
I love
called
it.
One Thing Leads to
And
Another.
And then she has some CDs. Where is your website in case all these wonderful people want to see you and buy your CDs?
Okay, so my website is www.valerieswiftbird.
Okay, say it once more.
Yes,
Once
it's one word. Valerie Swift Bird. Like the birds that fly.
more. Right,
swiftly.
and what is the website again?
www.valerieswiftbird.com.
Love it.
Okay.
Everyone, I know that you want to see her. I know you want to hear more of her. I know you would like to buy some of her CDs. Please go on her website. It is our privilege to tell people in our next shows, where you'll be, and keep your beautiful site in front of our audiences. We'll be right back.
From infants to seniors, AdvantagePlusCaregivers.com provides quality, compassionate caregivers that you can depend on. And for those departing the hospital, our transitional care service delivers significantly improved patient outcomes. So if you or someone you love is in need of home care, call 1-800-687-8066. AdvantagePlusCaregivers.com. We're all about the care.
We're back. I must tell everyone the story of our next guest because I think it's a great story. I was doing a Senior Star Power production. I've done 13 in like 15 years. And these productions were all with people that are 60 years young and over, talented singers, dancers, and audition time came a few years ago, and in walks this gorgeous drop-dead guy, Sheldon Craig, and he opens his mouth and he sings, and I'm going, oh my God, we got to get this man in the show. And then we're talking and everything, and I'm saying, and how young are you? And he goes, at that time, I think you were like 55, 56, and I'm going, no way. And he goes, well, yeah. I said, you got to be 60s. Well, I can grow for you fast, but we couldn't do it. So here I was with a talented gentleman that I couldn't use in my show. But Pink Lady Presents is an intergenerational show. So now we have Sheldon Craig for all of you to meet and enjoy his singing later. Hello, Sheldon.
Hello, hello, how are you?
I am fabulous. So you were too young for that show, but you're just perfect for this one.
What a curse to be too young.
I know. So tell me something. Where did you begin your singing career?
Oh my goodness, singing career. Actually, well, I went to college in Seattle.
Okay.
There was a place there called Jack McGovern's Music Hall. And if you've ever heard, I don't know if you've ever been up there, heard of that. It was the big music halls where all the stars came in and they did shows and this. And there was a producer there who decided he's going to do production shows.
Okay.
And gosh, I remember even through high school going to see these production shows and thinking, oh, I would love to do that one day. I'd just love
But you
to
were
do that one
singing
day.
through high school,
Yes,
right?
of course,
Okay.
yeah.
Now, when you were on Broadway, I know that you did some great shows, like I think it was Ragtime and
Yes.
Dream Girls and all
Yes.
that. How did you
Smokey
approach?
Joe's Cafe.
Yeah, so as Smokey Joe. How did you approach getting into them? I mean, I know there's auditions, but like you got to really
You know what is so
psych
funny?
yourself out. You know,
Yeah, you do. You go in and
like tell us about.
before you get to New York,
Okay.
you know, you're working and you're doing things and you're singing, you're rehearsing, you're practicing all the time, and so really you're very proficient at what you do.
Yes.
You know, so you go in there and you're going to be compared, of course, to everybody else, which sometimes you haven't done yourself. You haven't compared
Right.
yourself to anyone. You've just done what you've done, and it feels wonderful and it's exciting, all that. And then you get there and you get to compare it. I remember one day going to an audition. This is so terrible. I remember walking out of there and just thinking, they're not so hot. So
I love it.
the
Yeah,
thing is
who
that
are
if
they?
you love what you do and people see that you love what you do,
Yes.
it just projects and that's what made it so wonderful. That's why it's so fun.
In Smokey Joe's Cafe, for instance, I mean, the cast is
There's some
unreal.
good singers.
Yeah, unreal.
So good.
Did someone tell you about the going into audition, or how does that work on Broadway?
Actually, I was doing another show at the time, and it was for the same production company. They were like, okay,
Oh.
we want you to go audition for this other show. I was actually in Starlight Express.
Oh,
Okay.
I love that one.
And they're like, well, we have this other show, and if you feel like you don't want to be dangerous anymore, which I don't know if you know the show Starlight Express, it's on roller
Was
skates.
you on roller skates?
All on
Yes,
roller
I
skates. You're singing
remember.
and dancing on skates.
Right, right.
And I remember people at the audition for Smokey Joe's being, oh, this is just so difficult. And I just remember thinking, oh, come on, this is just singing and dancing. Nobody's skating here trying to kill me.
Right.
So, but it was so very much fun. So I went and auditioned for that, and they switched me shows. They switched, I just kind of got to switch
That
over
was very
and do that, and
interesting.
it was so much fun. Such good singers, amazing singers in Smokey Joe's Cafe, and actually one of the only reviews to last. It lasted 5 years on Broadway as a Broadway review, and I think it was the first one that ever did that. So, and the songs just kind of told the story
How
themselves.
long were you with them?
So I was only in Smokey Joe's for a year.
Okay.
So, and then I went out to Ragtime, I think, from there. So,
And why did you leave Smokey Joe's to do Ragtime?
Um,
I'm always wondering, what the steps are when you.
well,
do that.
you kind of have to feel it out, like I mean, you're in the show, once you do it, you've done it.
Yes.
And everyone's looking for the next project. And the thing is that Ragtime was going to be the next musical of
Yeah.
the millennia.
Yeah.
And probably one of the most important works I think I've ever done. Incredible story.
What part did you play?
I was Booker T. Washington in that
okay.
show. So I actually started out as a swing in the show, which is which is learning everyone's role.
Okay, I want to
then-
tell my audience
So
that.
yes, a
Yeah,
swing.
that's right.
Basically, a swing is someone who's kind of like an extra. They're like an understudy for everybody. So instead of learning your part in the show, you learn everyone's part in the
It's
show.
like a gypsy in Vegas.
Exactly. So
Okay.
exactly correct. So if somebody goes out of the show, you're there at a moment's notice, and you just step
Take
right
over
into
their
their
part.
role.
Right.
So once you step into a role so many times, they're like, okay, you're gonna be okay. So we're gonna put you in this if you don't mind. If I don't mind, I don't mind at all. Thank you very much. I'd love to do it.
Yeah.
Well, Booker T. Washington, it was a very stoic role, a very important character in history, Negro history.
Right.
And so I had to, kind of pull it all in and kind of, it was a role of knowledge. Knowledge. He knew a lot and he was trying to better a nation.
Yeah.
And just very important and very, very serious. It's so interesting because I'm just not that serious of a person in real life. So it was a real challenge, but it was really an amazing experience.
And what was Smokey Joe's Cafe about anyway?
Smokey
I
Joe's
don't remember.
Cafe, again, was a review, song after song after song.
Okay.
It was the music of Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller. I don't know if you're familiar with them. They were the songwriters who wrote all the hits for like Elvis, everybody back in the day. Whatever 50s group that you knew of, or
Yeah.
60s even, Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller wrote You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog.
I always say either you have the enthusiasm for doing it or you don't have it. And you do. And now, Sheldon Craig, take it away.
Well, Alibaba had them 40 thieves, Scheherazade, 1,000 tales. Well, mister, you're in luck, 'cause up your sleeves you got a brand of magic never fails. You've got some power in your corner now, some heavy ammunition in your cab. You've got some punch, pizzazz, Yahoo and how, and all you gotta do is rub that lamp, and I'll say, Mr. Aladdin, sir, what will your pleasure be? Well, let me take your order, jot it down, you ain't never had a friend like me. Life is your restaurant, and I'm your maitre d'. Well, just whisper what it is you want. You ain't never had a friend like me. Yes, sir, we pride ourselves in service. You're the boss, the king, the shaw. Say what you wish, it's yours, true dish. How about a little more baklava? Try some from column A, try all of column B. Well, I'm in the mood to help you, dude. You ain't never had a friend like me. Can your friends do this? Can your friends do that? Can your friends pull these out of their tiny hats? Can your friends go poof? Well, look at here. Can your friends go abracadabra, let her rip, and then make the sucker disappear? So don't just sit there slack dog buggy eyed. I'm the answer to your midday prayers. You got me bona fide, certified. I'm your genie for your charged affairs. I got a powerful urge to help you out. So what you wish, I really want to know. You gotta do this thing for me, oh yes. All you gotta do is rub like so. Mr. Aladdin, sir, try a wish or two or three. While I'm on the job, you big nabob. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend like me. You ain't never had a friend like me.
Yo, wow, love it. More.
Let's keep it magical, yes.
I love it.
So you wanted to meet the wizard. Let me tell you that you've come to the right place. Should I make you a frog or a lizard? You should see the strained expression on your face if the way I come on is frightening. That's the way I felt like coming on today. Have you ever been kissed by lightning? Let me tell you, that will make you go away. I fly, and the magic of my power takes me higher, to a level where the clouds turn into fire. In the warmness of the fire, I feel fine. Just keep your eyes open, and the magic you will see. It will whistle on the wind as it emanates from me. It's a strong and true vibration. You can feel it on your skin. So come and take my hand, and we will dance upon the wind. Yeah. So you wanted to meet the wizard?
Woo! Whoa! Wow! Oh, fabulous. My mother always used to say, there's two things a person has that God gave them, and that's their body and their talent. And you absolutely are fabulous. I know everyone in my audience is saying to me, you go get them, Pink. You find these fabulous people. Tell everyone, where can they find and buy your CDs that are out there?
Basically,
That's
you're going to go
important.
to sheldon.craig.weebly.com.
Okay, you're going to have to spell that Weebly.
It's Sheldon Craig, SHELDON CRAIG .weebly, WEEBLY.com. And you can see what I'm up to and all kinds of different things, pictures of days gone by, maybe days coming up soon.
Love
You
it.
never know.
And also, when you are ready to do your one-man show, if you let me know, we will put it out there for all of our audience to come and see you and support you.
So great.
I mean, that would be fabulous. Sheldon Craig, God
Thank
bless
you, my love.
I have to tell you, see, not only do I get to hear a talented man, I get to be kissed. I love that. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
God bless you. We will see you next time. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna live till I die. I'm gonna laugh instead of cry. I'm gonna take the town and turn it upside down. I'm gonna live until I die. They're gonna say, what a guy. I'm gonna play for the sky. Ain't gonna miss a thing. I'm gonna have my fling. I'm gonna live until I die. The blues I lay low, I'll make them stay low. They'll never trail over my head. I'll be a devil till I'm an angel, but until then, hallelujah, gonna dance, gonna fly. I'll take a chance, riding high before my number.